I'm gonna talk about how my dad usually loved the songs that he loved, the Munishi. I don't know, Pastor Munishi, yeah. That song was so nice. Like literally, we were just listening to him because my dad actually, sijui alikuwa anamfanana ama nini, but anyway we felt like anamfanana. Wanapigania radio. So kitambo tulikuwa na radio tu. So we were just listening to
kutukuza wewe na kuabudu, pokea si wewe peke, mbinguni na duniani umenea, unatawala kipumua Baba, uweza na nguvu zako na kujika.
He was a Tanzanian, but we were feeling like ata kimba I feel tu ni kama huoi, he has something in mind yenye inamdisturb. Unajua unaweza jua when your parent is being disturbed either mentally, physically, or my mom was a very hardworking lady. She was so hardworking, perfect hardworking. Actually, you know, it's only that I don't know how to say thank you, but wherever you are, mom, I'm so proud of you, mommy. You're the best. Like, yani there, like, despite her not having anything or having it all, she could just make us feel comfortable until unasahau like you're suffering, you know. Yeah, that was the best part. And she was so spiritual. Actually, and alitufunza Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd, tuliendanga mbio, but sahi ishapita. I don't know why nimesahau, because it was here. And again, she used to sing which song? Maybe sing, but that was the best song for my mama. Yeah, she really loved that song. She really loved it. So that is the story time. I have actually 3 brothers. Okay. No, I can't forget my actually my great best friend. Though she's the late, but she was my grandmom. She also had a best, though it was a kissy song. Wakati yeye alikuwa anatupikia ndizi, tuseme anatupikia food, anatupikia chakula lunch time, and maybe tunamfuata. When my grandmom used to make us food, yani ile traditional way, you know. So my grandmom used to sit us like anatukalisha hapo, yeye mwenyewe akitengeneza hiyo food, and she was like, kulikuwa na song nyingine angeimbanga inaenda hivi, kerongeke ne kerombeta, kerongeke aye, kerongeke ne kerombeta, kerongeke manyabwari kwali wakora, manyabwari aye, manyabwari kwali wakora, manyabwari manyingane kwanyu wakora, manyingane aye, manyingane kwanyu wakora, manyingane. You know, when you listen to that song, unafurahia hadi unamsaidia hapa na kupikia chakula, mnakula, then you go sleeping. The best part we had, like tungependa kulala na shosh, hata kama hapo nje maybe ameka mat nje analala, unalala, then you place your leg on top of her, and she was big bodied, so unaangusha mguu yako. Yeah, that was the best part. Yani zile siku za kitambo, the best part with my siblings. Oh, I have 3 brothers. I think the best part, can I remember the best part? It's when they were fighting. Nothing big. But my big brother was anapenda My second born brother mwenye anafuata, huyo ni, we say like he's a drama causative, like ni mse wa drama, so ni mtu anaweza kuchongoa, you know. So it makes us so happy when we have a very nice family anyway. A nice family, a nice dad, a nice mom. Despite everything, we're so happy, and that is the best part of my life, you know. Yeah, that is the best part. And the story, there's this story that made me almost break my heart. I just went and found my mom crying. I found my mom crying one day in her bedroom, and I'm like, hey mom, why are you crying? Oh no, I'm okay. And I was asking myself, I was a kid actually. I could not think like a big person by that time. And there's this day I remember, hey, so my mom and my dad were so chaotic at that time, you know. There wasn't peace at that time. And this one day, you know, we were so little, very, because mimi and my kid bro, we were so young, but I was seeing how things were going. So we were sitting, actually we were at my grandmom's place, because when you enter to a compound, before you reach to our main house, you have to pass through my grandmom's house first. When you come inside to my grandmom's house, then you go to our house now. So by that time, my mom she's a business lady, and she's a farmer, strong farmer. Anyway, she's a strong business lady. So she was in Kisii town, you know. Yeah, she went to town, but that day she went for long. She never came back home early as usual. And kitambo, kama mnakumbuka, if you remember, you do remember so well, like these what do we call, rains were having these thunder sounds so scary, and lightning, you know. The rain was so heavy, and what do we call these, the daylight maybe could diminish, maybe at an early hour. I can say at around 5 p.m. you can find that there's a darkness coming in. So it was around that time, just in evening hours, rain started. So we were kids alone, and my big brothers were not that much big that can make up decisions maybe, but always they can protect us as siblings, the two of us now, the two younger ones. So my big brother and my second born brother, they took a big mat and they sat. They told us, let us sit here and wait for mom. She will come very soon. She will be here. We were so happy, but again, we just started singing from nowhere. We just started singing, and these songs that we were singing, they were so emotional. They could just carry us, like we can literally cry. And we were asking ourselves, why is our mom? We were so worried actually. Why did she leave us? Because nobody, there's no adult in that home, in the whole compound. We have not eaten even lunch, you know. My grandmom used to take care of us, of course, but that day she decided like she's going for a walk, and she never came back actually. She never slept. My grandmom, hey, she went for a sleepover, I don't know. So my mom, around the rain was raining, and we were so crying. We started crying from nowhere. When you feel your elder one crying, and you're so like, oh, what could have happened to mommy, and she's not back yet. The rain is raining, thunder is striking everywhere. The world is like, you feel like you're on your own world. Nobody's around you. Nobody, if anything can happen, nobody will help you. So that mind, we were like scary, you know, and we've watched some movies, and we felt like maybe some scary things. We've seen some scary things. We're like, oh my God, tutanyongwa, we will die, you know. My dad is not around. What could have happened to mommy? Is she okay? You know, some worries. Some worries at some point. So what happened, we cried until, and it was around 7 p.m. in the evening. But in those days, crickets, cricket sounds were like churu, 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 churu. And these what do we call, the rain was it had stopped actually, but it was so cold. We took something, not even sweaters, and we wrapped ourselves to prevent the cold with my brothers, and we cried until our eyes are so heavy, so we slept, because we are now not sure if my mom is alive or not. So guess what? My mom arrived. So as I told you earlier on, like, my grandmom's house was just immediately as you enter into the compound. So she came. Obviously she could pass by because she knew that is where we were chilling every day when she left us. So she came, but there was silence in the room, and she was like, where are these kids? And it's already 7, lights are not on, the place is so dark. We never, the place was so dark. She was worried. The door actually was open. Hey, my grandmom was not around, so yet my dad was not around. We were just alone. So she came, she opened the door. Guess what? She found her kids lying down on the floor with not even a mat. It was a gunia, this sack. It's called a sack. We were sleeping on a sack. We were we just overlapped ourselves with sweater, a big sweater from my grandmom. Yeah. So she was so like she felt so bad, when your kids have waited for you, no supper, they have not eaten anything. Thank God she had carried this big bread. Those earlier days on, the big bread was called kumanyoko. The kumanyoko bread was so big. The kumanyoko bread. Hey, I really can't forget that bread. Ilikuwa like this inaitwaje? Super loaf. Ilikuwa inaka super loaf, but ile nzito, alafu ilikuwa refu. Pieces sijui zilikuwa more than 50, Not even 50, 100. It was so big, because hata tungekula sisi bado ilibaki. So si tukaichangamkia, hata tukungoja chai, njaa imewakula, mnaambia mom tupatie tu tukule, and she felt so bad because we read it on, I read it actually on her emotions. So that was my worst moment with my parents that I can remember since I was a kid, Yeah. And the best moments are the most occasions that I've just seen with my parents. They are so nice actually. So mimi naeza sema, like, I have experienced best moments with my parents more than worst moments, because even in the worst moments we are still laughing. Yeah. And they are always spiritual. They teach us about God. That is the best thing. Yeah, we're so happy because, and I'm so proud of my parents. I'm really so proud of my parents, because one thing, those people are so good, kind-hearted, and mimi napenda wazazi wangu, like, because we've suffered together, and in that suffering, despite that suffering, we were just laughing all along, like nothing is happening, like shit never happened. We were laughing because we just hoped one day we will be better, and that is where we are. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.